Welcome to Insights, a show where we delve into spiritual topics and share some insights. Today, we will be discussing the idea that every penny joins into a great amount. We have with us Matt, who will be sharing insights from the sources on this topic. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you, Rob. It's great to be here.
So, Matt, can you explain to our listeners what is considered the minimum perfection or wholeness that must be reached?
Sure, Rob. Perfection cannot be divided. You start from the lowest degree and continue to the final correction. You try with all your might to bestow to the Creator through the environment. This is perfection.
I see. And how can we measure our progress towards this goal?
By counting your pennies, you can measure how much you progress. When we begin to count the pennies, we treat our work in a serious and strict manner and understand the extent of the work we need to do daily to advance. This helps us see the steps ahead of us and how to advance.
That makes sense. How do we know that we've started the work?
You can see it and feel it in your attention and contribution to the society and in your relationship with the friends. This is your only way of knowing and scrutinizing your progress.
Interesting. What does it mean to hear the voice of the Creator?
Hearing the voice of the Creator takes place when the work begins in a practical way, when you know that you are in a mutual connection with the friends and the Creator. This is called, I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine.
And how do we hear the voice of the Creator?
We hear it in our feelings. We receive it and hear it according to the level of our feeling and understanding. We must open ourselves to the Creator and try to feel Him. We must know Him in order to recognize His voice.
And what are the conditions for feeling the voice of the Creator?
Well, it cannot be explained since it's a matter of feeling. You must understand that the Creator wants to connect with you, and you agree to be in a mutual connection with Him and feel Him acting on you and speaking to you internally.
We must recognize the voice of the Creator and know what He's trying to convey to us. How can we achieve this?
We don't try to see the Creator's image, since He has no image, but we want to feel Him, to understand how He works on us through His inner voice. After we learn to recognize His actions, the connection between us will greatly improve.
That's beautiful. And where are we in the process of spiritual growth?
We are now in the process of leaving Egypt and entering the king's palace. This is a very wide area and everyone receives it differently. Now is our time to stay close to each other. Although we are physically located in different places, stay together and be ready to enter the next degree, the control of the Creator as one.
And finally, Matt, how do we change our senses?
Well, it's hard to talk about our senses. We must go through many changes to exchange our physical senses for spiritual senses. We must acquire the force of bestowal, and to the extent that we love and bestow, to that extent we will enter the spiritual world.
Wow, what an insightful conversation. Thank you so much for joining us today, Matt.
Thank you for having me, Rob. It was my pleasure to share these important teachings with your listeners.
And to our listeners, we hope you enjoyed these insights from the sources about how every penny joins into a great amount. Remember, we can measure our progress by counting our pennies and striving to bestow to the Creator through the environment.
Yes, and it's important to recognize the voice of the Creator and know what He is trying to convey to us. We must stay close to each other and be ready to enter the next degree, the control of the Creator as one.
And that's all the time we have for today. Join us next time for more insights on our show. Until then, keep counting those pennies and working towards the final correction.